This phone costs under €200, but it plays like a flagship built for war. The Infinix GT is built like it has something to prove. A 144Hz AMOLED display, Dimensity 7400 chip, RGB lighting on the back, and pressure-sensitive gaming triggers, all inside a phone that costs less than a pair of flagship earbuds. But specs don't mean much until you push them hard. So I spent the last few days testing this thing on real games, Genshin, PUBG, Call of Duty, Asphalt 9, to see if it's actually a budget gaming beast or just another flashy spec sheet. Let's find out how far the GT can really go when the heat turns up. First off, it's a fully loaded 5G device running on the MediaTek Dimensity 7400 chip, built on a 4nm process. Basically, that means you're getting better efficiency, cooler thermals, and snappier gaming performance without burning your hands or your battery. The CPU setup is octa-core with 4 high-performance Cortex A78 cores clocked at 2.6 GHz and 4 efficiency cores at 2.0 GHz. And the GPU, you're looking at the Mali G615, which honestly holds up surprisingly well for mid-tier gaming. Now pair that with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 256 gigs of storage. And yeah, it's UFS 2.2, not the fastest, but still smooth enough for daily tasks and gaming sessions. No SD card slot though, so what you get is what you live with. Moving to the display, and this is where Infinix went all in. We're talking about a 6.78-inch AMOLED panel with 144Hz refresh rate. That's desktop-level smoothness on a budget phone. Peak brightness goes up to 1600 nits, and it even supports 2300 4Hz PWM dimming, meaning no annoying flicker and a really comfortable viewing experience, especially for long gaming hours. Plus, it's protected by Gorilla Glass 7i, which is nice to see in this price range. Now, let's talk design. The back panel, it's got customizable RGB LEDs, and not just for show. You can sync them with notifications, music, or even your gameplay. There are also pressure-sensitive shoulder triggers, so you literally get that console-style feel when gaming. And yes, it's IP64 rated, so a little dust or splash won't ruin your day. All this in a body that's just 8mm thick and weighs around 187 grams. Pretty balanced. For cameras, you get a 64-megapixel main sensor with PDAF and an 8-megapixel ultrawide. Nothing revolutionary, but the main sensor pulls solid detail under good lighting. And for video, it can do 4K at 30 FPS, both front and rear, which is rare at this budget. Selfie cam is 13 megapixels, also supports 4K, so that's a neat touch for vloggers. Sound-wise, you've got stereo speakers tuned by JBL, and they actually sound clean. Rich mids, decent bass, sadly, no headphone jack, but you do get high-res audio and high-res wireless audio, so your Bluetooth buds will thank you. Battery life, massive 5500 milliamp cell with 45-watt fast charging and 10-watt reverse charging. It even has bypass charging, which lets you game while plugged in without overheating the battery. That's a gamer's blessing. And to wrap it up, it runs Android 15 with XOS 15, and Infinix promises 2 major updates, which honestly is nice to hear from them. So yeah, on paper, this thing's packed. RGB, triggers, AMOLED, Dimensity 7400, and a big battery. It's clearly built for gamers who don't want to spend flagship money, but still want that flagship energy. And that's the Infinix GT 30. Crazy specs, solid gaming, and a price that just doesn't make sense. If you made it this far, you know what to do. Drop a like, hit subscribe, and tell me in the comments if you'd actually game on this thing daily.